10 most unique islands in the world you've never heard of. Here's something that might just flip your perception of the world. There are over 900,000 islands on Earth, and guess what? The average person can probably name about 5, maybe 10 if they're geography buffs or pirates. The rest? Hidden gems, untouched paradises, entire islands filled with strange wildlife, bizarre natural phenomena, or cultures so distinct they've evolved in complete isolation. While tourists flock to the same tropical hotspots, there are entire islands out there that are so unique, so jaw-droppingly strange, you'll wonder how they're not global obsessions already. So grab your map, maybe a snorkel, and let's head to places that most travelers don't even know exist. Tristan da Cunha, South Atlantic Ocean. If you've ever dreamed of getting truly off the grid, this is your spot. Tristan da Cunha is officially the most remote inhabited island in the world, located smack in the middle of the South Atlantic, over 1,700 miles from the nearest continent. With just around 250 residents, no airport, and only a few ships visiting each year, this volcanic island is like stepping into another era entirely. Life here is quiet, self-sufficient, and deeply rooted in community traditions. But make no mistake, this isn't an easy place to live or even to reach. The journey involves a 7-day boat trip from South Africa, and modern luxuries are limited. Medical emergencies are treated with radio calls to distant doctors, and there's literally one road. Still, the isolation is part of the charm. You'll find rare wildlife, dramatic coastal cliffs, and stars so bright they look like they've been enhanced. Just be ready to disconnect, both digitally and mentally. Jellyfish Lake, Ailmak Island, Palau. Imagine snorkeling in a lake filled with jellyfish and not being stung. Sounds like a prank, right? But on Ailmak Island in Palau, Jellyfish Lake is exactly that, a marine lake home to millions of golden jellyfish that have evolved without natural predators, which means they've lost their stingers. The result? A surreal, dreamlike experience where you swim among pulsating clouds of golden blobs, drifting slowly like aquatic lanterns. But it's not without its ecological drama. Climate change and droughts have drastically reduced jellyfish numbers in recent years, and tourism needs to be managed carefully to protect this delicate ecosystem. Still, when the timing is right, it's one of the most unique snorkeling experiences on Earth. Just remember, no sunscreen, no diving, and absolutely no touching. It's a floating meditation more than a thrill ride, and one you'll never forget. North Sentinel Island, India. Okay, here's one you definitely won't be booking on Expedia anytime soon. North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal, is home to the Sentinelese people, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. The island is completely off-limits, protected by the Indian government, and attempting to approach is not only illegal, it's incredibly dangerous. The Sentinelese have resisted outside contact for thousands of years and have made it very clear, bows, arrows, and all, that they want nothing to do with the rest of the world. In 2018, a man attempting to visit the island was killed upon arrival, highlighting the critical need to respect their sovereignty. So while you can't visit, the island itself is a haunting reminder that there are still corners of the Earth untouched by globalization. It's not a tourist destination. It's a testament to cultural preservation and one of the most mysterious islands on the planet. Socotra Island, Yemen. If aliens landed and decided to plant a garden, it would probably look like Socotra. Often referred to as the most alien-looking place on Earth, Socotra is part of Yemen, but geographically it sits closer to the Horn of Africa. What makes it unique is its isolated evolution. Over a third of its plant species exists nowhere else on Earth. Most famous among them is the dragon's blood tree, with its upside-down umbrella shape and red sap that looks like, you guessed it, dragon's blood. The island is also home to surreal white sand dunes, turquoise waters, and limestone caves filled with ancient secrets. But visiting comes with hurdles. Due to Yemen's conflict and political tensions, access can be limited and infrastructure is minimal. Still, for seasoned travelers looking for a raw, otherworldly experience that feels like stepping onto another planet, Socotra is an unparalleled adventure. Just pack wisely and maybe bring your own snacks. Isola di Loreto, Italy. Now for a little mystery, Italian style. Isola di Loreto is a tiny private island tucked into the northern part of Italy's Lake Iseo, and it looks like it was plucked straight out of a Gothic fairy tale. Complete with a neo-Gothic castle, tall cypress trees, and fog that rolls in like a dramatic film set, this miniature island has been everything from a military fort to a monastery to a private retreat. The catch? You can't go there unless you're invited. It's privately owned and access is highly restricted. But boat tours around the island offer jaw-dropping views and plenty of legends. Some say the castle is haunted, others claim it hides ancient treasures. It's proof that you don't need to cross oceans to find hidden magic. Sometimes it's waiting in the middle of a quiet Italian lake, cloaked in shadows and secrets. Flores Island, Indonesia. Flores is one of Indonesia's lesser-known gems, overshadowed by Bali and Komodo. But this place is in a league of its own. With volcanoes, crater lakes that change color, and remote beaches with pink sand, it's like someone threw every kind of natural beauty into a blender and poured it onto one island. Perhaps most famously, Flores is home to the 3 crater lakes of Mount Kelimutu, which shift color due to changes in mineral content and oxidation. One day they're turquoise, the next they're blood red. Add in mysterious tribal villages, ancient rituals, and the nearby Komodo dragons lurking just off the coast, and you've got an island that's constantly reinventing itself. The infrastructure is improving, but getting around still requires some effort. Think bumpy roads and long drives. Yet the lack of mass tourism is part of its appeal. Flores is a reminder that some of the world's most stunning destinations are still flying under the radar. Agashima Island, Japan. Ever wondered what it would be like to live inside a volcano? No, seriously. Agashima Island is a volcanic island that contains a smaller volcano within its caldera, and yes, people live there. Located in the Philippine Sea, 200 miles south of Tokyo, it's part of Japan that feels like an entirely different world. The population hovers around 160, and the entire island is a giant green bowl surrounded by cliffs, mist, and geothermal steam. It's remote, wild, and stunningly beautiful, but not for the faint of heart. The volcano is still considered active, and access is weather-dependent. Ferries often get canceled, and there's only one helicopter per day, if conditions allow. But for the brave, it offers hiking, natural hot springs, and some of the clearest skies for stargazing in all of Japan. Agashima isn't just a place, it's an adventure story waiting to be written. Tromlin Island, Indian Ocean. Tiny, flat, and utterly desolate, Tromlin Island is just 0.8 square kilometers, yet it holds a tragic and fascinating past. Located in the Indian Ocean and administered by France, it's now a research outpost with no permanent residents. But in the 18th century, it was the site of a harrowing shipwreck involving enslaved people abandoned by their European captors. Against all odds, the survivors lived for 15 years before being rescued, building shelters from shipwrecked debris and surviving off sea turtles and rainwater. Today, the island is uninhabited but has become a site of archaeological study and environmental conservation, as it serves as a nesting ground for seabirds and turtles. It's a sobering reminder that even the most barren islands can hold incredible human stories. You can visit casually, but you can learn its legacy, and that's just as important. Which of these islands would you want to visit first? Or better yet, do you know an island that deserves a spot on this list? Drop it in the comments. Let's build the ultimate hidden island guide together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a journey like this again.